All right, so before you start these word problems, what you've got to do is first figure out what you're being asked to find, define your variables, then you're going to write equations, solve them, and make sure it makes sense. These are the steps you're going to have to follow. So in example 1, Riley bought 2 large snow cones and 3 small snow cones at the ballpark for $14. The next day she bought 4 small snow cones and 1 large snow cone for $12. How much does each size of snow cone cost? So what I'm being asked to find is the cost for the small and the cost of the large. Okay. So on your paper you need to put this down there because that's what you're being asked to find. And then I need to define my variables. So I'm going to let the small ones be an S and the large ones be an L. But I'm going to use a script L because if I do just the stick L, it looks like a 1. And then I have to write my system of equations. So I start out with Riley buying 2 large and 3 small. So 2 times the cost of the large plus 3 times the cost of the small will give me my total amount, which is $14. Okay, that's on day 1. On day 2, she goes back and she buys 4 smalls and 1 large, and it costs her $12. Make sure when you write those that you line your variables up. Okay. And then it's just a system of equations to solve. Do you need help solving it from there, or is it just getting it set up? Okay, to solve it from there, do you want to do elimination or substitution?
Substitution.
Oh, substitution, really? Okay, we can do that. So I assume you're going to take this second equation and get L by itself? Okay, so what that's going to do is that's going to give me the large is equal to 12 minus 4s. And I'm going to plug that into this equation. So it's going to be 2 times 12 minus 4s. Recopy the rest of that one. And now I can solve for s. So when I distribute the 2, I get 24 minus 8s, bring down my plus 3s, equals 14.
Wait, why is it 14?
Oh, because
Isn't it 14?
I plugged it into this equation. Because see, when I got L by itself, I then have to take this information right here and plug it into the other equation, which is 2 times L, make your substitution there, plus 3s equals 14. That's why it's equal to 14.
I see something going wrong in mine. I accidentally made it 14 when I plugged it in. It's 4.
So I've got these like terms to combine. I'm also at the same time going to go ahead and subtract this 24 from both sides. So I end up with a negative 5s equals negative 10. Divide both sides by negative 5, and the small snow cones cost $2 each. Then I've got to plug that $2 in somewhere to figure out how much the large ones cost. So I'm going to plug it in over here where L is by itself. So the large is equal to 12 minus 4 times 2. So that's 12 minus 8. So the large cost $4. So small is $2. Large is $4. Those are your answers.